It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Ernest Scared Stupid Movie Review. Know what I mean? Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and I just watched one of my favorite movies from my childhood, and one of the movies that you should show the kids this Halloween season. And if you can't tell by that intro, I'm talking about Ernest Scared Stupid, starring James Varney and a bunch of terrible child actors and other terrible actors. But hey, terrible acting aside, I love this movie, and we'll just get that out of the way. Spoiler alert, I fucking love this movie. Everything about it. Even like the 90s gay stuff that's in it. Like, because this movie is filled with just stuff that's just totally 90s gay. Like these bullies. Totally 90s gay. And if you don't know what 90s gay means, then don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it. Ask one of the people in the comments section and they'll explain it to you. Anyway, what am I talking about? So we start out and there's this girl and she's running from something. And they don't show what it is. Then you find out it's a troll, but they don't really show you what the troll looks like until later on in the movie. And another part of the terrible acting in this movie is this girl, while she's running, she's like she's smiling and laughing. It's like, why didn't you just do one or two more takes and tell her, hey, stop fucking laughing, you're supposed to be scared, asshole. But hey, it doesn't take me out of the movie because I watched this movie before I was a critic, okay? And this was on repeat. I had the VHS, I'm pretty sure, that or just happened to always be on TV, because I've seen this movie like a million times. I've seen this movie more than I've seen Step Brothers, and I had a severe addiction to Step Brothers when it came out in the theater because I worked at the theater, but we're not here to talk about that. So anyway, they bury this ugly looking troll, even though we don't see the troll yet. Yeah, they bury this troll and they plant a tree. And a lot of people don't realize, if you keep fucking with me, I will find you and I will dig a hole and put you in it and plant a tree. Never mind. We're not here to talk about me killing people, because I'm just joking. So nobody alert the FBI. I don't have homicidal tendencies. But anyway, so they do this to this troll, and it's Ernest's great-great-grandfather or something, which is weird because it's like, this looks like it was back in the early 1900s. Yet, I guess this old lady, what the hell is her name, damn it? Where's my secretary when I need her? Old lady Hatcher or something like that. She, I guess, is supposed to be 90 years old, even though the actress playing her doesn't seem like she's that old. But I do love this character, the crazy old lady. But anyway, where the fuck am I at? It was terrible. I'm so sorry. Alright, oh my god, I'm going to try to stay on track now. Okay, so Ernest is friends with these kids. I can't be bothered to remember people's names, you know that. Anyway, so they want to build a tree house because these bullies keep bullying them because they're a bunch of dorks. And the funny thing is, the bullies are dorkier than the actual dorks. They're all a bunch of dorks. Like, if I was a kid, I'd make fun of all these people. But I'm not a bully, so, I mean, sometimes I might come off as a bully, but I am probably just joking most of the time. Anyway, that's beside the point. So, they build this tree house, and the tree house happens to be built in the tree where the troll was buried. Okay? So, this is exactly what the prophecies said was going to happen. He said, or whatever, the troll said, one of your blood relatives is going to set me free because he's a dumbass or something. And that's exactly what happens. And then here comes the old lady, like, why did you have to pick this tree? Why this tree? And then here comes the bullies throwing rocks at the tree house. And this part bugs the shit out of me. I mean, I know it's just a movie. I know it's a kid's movie, and kids are dumb. But why did you have to waste all this fucking pizza? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I can understand the cat food, but even the cat food. I mean, cats gotta eat too. I mean, I wouldn't be throwing cans of tuna at people. What the hell? I mean, this movie sets a bad example for what you should do to handle your bullying. Okay, don't waste food. Okay, there's starving children in Africa, and that's another thing. That's another rant for another day, because I'm sure you've seen those YouTube channels where they waste all this good-looking food that I could have done ate, let alone these starving children in Africa. But we're not here to talk. I keep getting off track. Anyway, don't worry about that. We're gonna move on. All right. So night falls upon us, and the kids make it out of the woods, and they're all spooked out about the spooky stuff that had happened when the troll was released from his prison. And so they go off on their way, and then the nerdy kid with glasses, he falls down in a ditch or something, and the troll gets him. Okay? But I'm not going to sit here and explain to you everything that happens in the movie, because first of all, everyone should have already seen this movie by now. Second of all, yeah, how have you not seen this movie? Everybody should have seen every Ernest movie, except for maybe Ernest Goes to Africa and Ernest Joins the Army. I don't necessarily know if anybody should watch those movies. Or what's the one where he plays basketball? Anyway, Ernest Scared Stupid, Ernest Goes to Prison, Ernest Goes to Camp, and Ernest Saves Christmas are the 4 essential Ernest movies. If you haven't seen them, you must go see them. This is probably the best. A lot of people say Ernest Goes to Camp is the best. I beg to differ. This movie is a lot more fun than Ernest Goes to Camp. It's got great atmosphere. It's perfect for the Halloween season. I mean, this is an any time of year movie, really. It just happens to be that this is taking place close to Halloween, and so it's kind of cool to watch it close to Halloween. But you can watch this movie anytime. It's timeless. It's a classic. Like, just the part where Ernest does his little skit where he's the Ottomans. We're the Ottomans and you're not here. I'm just going to show the clip. How about that? We're going to show the clip.
Not really.
You need to learn a self-defense lesson from tiny Botswana, that plucky little nation that defeated that giant Ottoman Empire.
Yeah. Ernest, what does that have to do with me?
I'm glad you asked. It was a dark night in Lower Botswana. Giant hula flies drove in the still air. Then it came, the screeching war cry of the Ottoman horde. Ah! We're the Ottomans, and you're not. You're in a world of it now, pal.
Oh my, I'm afraid. Sure, I'm scared. Everybody in Botswana is scared. It looks like curtains.
This place is just screaming for Drake. Don't worry about the Ottomans. They're just wusses. They're all talk.
I knew an Ottoman Eagle Scout. He got a merit badge in wholesale slaughter.
Ah! Come on, Ottomans. Take a piece of me. What we need is the high ground.
The high ground is no good without trees.
Friends, Romans, Botswanians, lend me your trees.
There ain't no trees in Botswana. I know. I am a Botswanian lumberjack, and I ain't never had a job.
We need dress shield. You need the high ground to keep away from us. Cause we're the Ottomans.
And then who could forget, like me, I'll start doing something. I don't know when to quit. I never knew when to quit. Hell, you could ask my 4th grade teacher. It's just like Ernest. Ernest never knew when to quit. Look, this is what I'm talking about right here.
You're right. I've never been a quitter. Why, I've never known when to quit. Just ask my 4th grade teacher.
He never knew when to quit. Oh.
You see, he never knew when to quit either. But I don't want. This movie's just crazy. This troll, as goofy looking as it is pretty terrifying, especially for young children. there's just something so 90s about this movie. That's why I said there's some parts about it that are like 90s gay, like the acting, the clothes, the hair, just. And then you got Mike and Bobby. Is it Mike and Bobby? Mike and Bobby, no. It might be. Anyway, these assholes. They're always trying to get rich off everybody around them. They charge Ernest $2,000 for some troll repellent. And then, you know, luckily by the end of the movie, after... That's the other thing about this movie that bugs the shit out of me. But, you know, there was this, like a trope of a lot of 90s family films where there's this bumbling goof that everybody, you know, they pick on or they look down upon, and nobody believes him. Like, he's going around telling everybody there's this troll, and nobody believes him. And then after it's already too late, then they're like, oh, well, maybe we should help him. Like, the sheriff in this movie is absolutely terrible at his job, because Ernest tells him about the troll, and then Kenny starts telling him, yeah, he's not lying, it's true. And he's like, oh, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, all these kids are missing, and the motherfucker still ain't listening. So, I mean, it's a 90s trope. Hell, it's an 80s trope, too. I mean, all the movies where, you know, the kids are left at home, or the kids, or whatever, the kids are trying to tell the adults that, hey, there's something going on, and they're like, oh, you're just a kid, you're dumb, you don't know what you're talking about. And that's basically what's going on here. And then once we find out that it's Mother's Miak, or not Miak, no, that was something else. No, it's Milk that kills the trolls. But the troll makes it back. Oh, let me just glance over my favorite scene in the movie. No, we'll show it to you. Here's a clip of my favorite scene in the movie.
He's pulling against 200 horsepower. Put it in reverse. How about a bumper sandwich, booger lips? Bingo. You got him, Rips.
And, you know, I'm sorry that this turned out being a hell of a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Maybe next time I'll try harder. But until then, let's talk about the climax. Okay, so they're at school, and, you know, Ernest busts out the Miak, and then he gets blown into the ice cream. And that's when he realizes it's milk, or, well, the kid realizes it's milk. But then the troll makes it back to the tree. You know what? I don't. You've seen this movie, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you every little thing, but I will tell you that there's a couple parts that even today still get me a little teary-eyed. Yeah, there's some parts in this that still get me a little teary-eyed. Like the part where Ernest gets fired, just the way that the mayor talks to him, and then when he sits there and you think he's gonna give up, and then Rimshot gives him the old pep talk. And then the part where Rimshot gets turned into a wooden dog, and then when at the end when he's not a wooden dog, but when he's standing there thinking that he was still gonna be a wooden dog. I hope to God that this fucking thing's like in frame, because I raised this thing up, but then I tilted it down, and I don't know what I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I mention my sugar had dropped earlier, so I'm a little... Anyway, I'm gonna go do something else. We're gonna rate this movie, and I'm going to give it a 9.375. I'm taking off just fractions of points for just being a little too 90s gay at points. Alright, I'm going to go take a nap. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I swear to God, this time I'm serious. I'm going to totally get better at this.